I have a book in my hand, The Maid by Nita, Prose, and this is something. I first saw the advertisement for it. It was a massive poster at the Kew Garden station. We were visiting Kew Garden Botanical Gardens. We spent there a whole day, and when we were finishing, we were usually staying until closing time. And when we were finishing, we walking out, we went to the train station, the nearest tube station. It's called Kew Gardens. And we were there waiting for the next tube, and we saw a poster advertising this very book, The Maid. And I said, I want this. I want to check this out definitely. It's usually not the topic, it's not the genre usually I'm looking for. This is not something I would go for, this is not something I would spend my money on. But I really like the advertisement. I really like the all these catchphrases that were on the poster and stuff, and it did not disappoint. This is so good and so rare when the marketing campaign aligns with the actual book, because many times the people who are responsible for the marketing for a book, they don't really read the actual book they are doing the marketing for. But these people definitely read it. These people definitely got familiar with the material, and it was so good. It was a good choice. So it starts out with explaining the actual maid, because the main character is called Molly the maid, and this is her family name as well as her profession. And she's cleaning this hotel, the Grand Regency Hotel. I believe it's a five-star hotel, and it's a typical five-star hotel, so you don't really have to use your imagination when it comes to when you need to picture the actual hotel, because it is how a classic five-star hotel should look like. And actually, as a customer, as a guest, as you walk in to this sort of hotels, this is kind of what you would expect from the people, from the staff who work there, that everyone should be 100%, 120% dedicated to the job. And this person, this Molly May, the main character, because this novel is written in a first person narrative, is explaining. And it's very very interesting, because the first maybe 18 pages is like, first I stopped and I said, oh my god, what is this? Is it a novel? Is it a book? Is it a dictionary? Because there were so many words for cleaning, for tidying the room, to return it to the state of perfection after a guest left. But there were like 18 pages of describing basically the same thing, cleaning. and and suddenly, when you least expect it, when you kind of like already give up on the whole thing, suddenly the murder takes place. A dead body is found in one of the suite, I believe in 401, and this is the dead body of Mr. Black. But the way how it's explained, it's I think it's gonna be very interesting. Sometimes it's very rare nowadays, but sometimes I think about, when I read the book, when I decide to give my time to a book, invest in it emotionally, and I always think about it. If this book gonna be read by someone after 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, and definitely it will be read 100 years from now, because this is the time, 2025, this year, this is the time of AI and robots, the AI doing the lots of work, this getting through people, this getting people through schooling and stuff, and helping you to write your CVs, helping you to do the electricity bill registration, and helping you in so many stuff. The AI now, the chat GPT is now your priest, your therapist, your everything, your advisor. And very soon, everything gonna be like made by robots, and it includes things that you do with your hands, like cleaning. And this book, especially the first 18 pages, which is like a dictionary, like all sort of words and phrases and expression about cleaning a room, gonna be like super interesting to the people 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when they don't need to do this sort of stuff, because there will be machines doing the actual manual labor for them. And this is very this book is actually written for the future, definitely. We moved recently, and i was um, I was busy doing so many things. So it happened that I'm talking about my actual life, not what's happening in the book. What happened is that for more than 2 weeks in the new place, in our new home, we were without internet. And without internet, the life very quickly goes back to like Middle Ages style. So we gathered around in the main room, in the living room, and we were reading up from a book. We are based in London, UK, and it's an English book. I'm talking about the Maid by Nita Prose, and we were reading up from it. And we are from Eastern Europe, we are Hungarian, so we were reading it up aloud and translating it in Hungarian into the Hungarian language, and then discuss what happened in that particular page, in that particular scene. If a new character came up, we try to guess, estimate how long this person gonna live, how many pages he gonna live in this novel, and what's the purpose gonna be, and if we like this character or not. So that was a very lovely discussion, because the life changes immediately when you go through digital detox, when you realize you have no internet, you are not connection to the world. And even though you're in middle of London, middle of one of the biggest city, one of the most important city in the world, without internet, you could be, on a on top of the mountain Kilimanjaro. It doesn't really matter, because you're not connected to the world without internet. So we were gathering around in the main room, in the living room, and we were reading up from this book, and we giving the book to each other, and everyone had like a dialogue or a page to read and translate it to Hungarian and to discuss. And for some reason, we have many books, hundreds, thousands of books around here, but we choose this particular one, The Maid by Nita Prose. And we were not disappointed at all, because this book will be definitely read by people after 10 or 20 years, just because it's so perfectly explained in this book, the manual labor. So simple thing right now, it sounds like in 2025, just cleaning a room, cleaning your room, cleaning the living room when we were reading up from this book, and cleaning a hotel room in a five-star hotel, suite 401, where they find the body of Mr. Black. But in the future, people, it's gonna be very strange. I wonder if they going to have the imagination of, if they can picture it, how a person does manual labor, because probably not, there will be machines taking care of these sort of things. And I absolutely love it, because when I read this book, I read it not as a person who is talking to you right now in 2025, but as a person who is in the future, 20 years from now, who does everything through AI, and who has all the work done by machines for him. that book is gonna be super interesting for them, definitely.